This is Bright Night Radio. I am your guest host, and here we have Joshua.
Yeah.
And we also have Ronnie the Wolfman Taylor.
Hey, everybody.
John with the spoon. All right, so today we're going to be talking about something not mainstream. We're going to be talking about one of my own films. I did a short film called Where Crow TF, short for Transformation, and Josh suggested we talk about that today, so that's what we're going to do.
And the film wasn't very long. It was about a minute or so. But sometimes films even that short can really have an impact, you know?
Yep.
I want to say on a side note, though, if any of you have not seen his werewolf transformation, be sure to go check it out. It's near 1 million views. In fact, it's done better than John Landis' son's recreation of American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, for those of you that my channel is this CinemaFanatic Productions.
In fact, we got to do a review of that now, Zach. Down the road is for that scene that you did, because it's done so well. I think that project and my Phantasm Extinction are probably the two top projects of the year of 2017. I really do agree with that, you know? Yours had a really big YouTube impact. If you're able to beat Max Landis in his video, that says a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes. So anyway, what questions do you have pertaining to the Crow video?
Well, first of all, I really liked how the art style. You know, you have Zach has a really awesome art style for all his projects. He builds everything pretty much himself. You know. Yep. And if you watch like his werewolf project or his alien film project he builds all this stuff, and I don't know why he is not the next Steven Spielberg. You know what I mean?
You have to get your face out there and start small, you know. Ideas.
But actually, I was curious though of why you had chose not to have more of a story. I mean, it was just a transformation, but have you ever thought about maybe expanding into maybe a connection to the Crow film itself? Because
no connection to the Brandon Lee film. It was just a spar of the moment thing.
What I'm saying is, I felt like maybe you were turning into the Crow to go protect Brandon Lee in some twisted way. You know what I mean? In my own sense, it was just how awesome the movie, the transformation was. I say he's kind of turning into the Crow in some aspect. And
I won't act like the fan film itself. I would say that there was a direct connection to the Brandon Lee Crow, but I mean, like, only in the fact that it was a Crow. I probably was thinking about the Brandon Lee film and thought, hey, wouldn't it be interesting to do a Crow transformation? That's the only connection between the two.
Well, I think it really had a good. I mean, you could technically be the Crow that brings back Brandon Lee in some twisted way. You know what I mean? It's. I felt it was very creative, especially the ending when your beak comes out.
Yeah,
it was that scene reminded me of that werewolf show. What was that one where the guy literally tears himself apart and the wolf comes from the inside out? What is the name of that?
Werewolf.
What is it?
Werewolf.
No, not
with Chuck Connor.
No, there was a TV series that was on for a little while.
No, that's it. Werewolf. That's what it's called.
No, there was another one, Hammock or something like that. It was on YouTube.
Oh, Hemlock Grove.
Reminded me of that in some aspect where the Crow's coming out. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like when people do when they draw or actually make bird transformations, that's usually how they do it. They show the beak coming out of the mouth.
Well, I thought
Jim Henson did that.
I actually thought it wasn't computer generator or picture generator or anything. I actually thought you did it with green. I mean, did it CGI? That's what it looked like to me.
Well, I mean, it wasn't CGI. I took video of myself in front of a green screen, and then I modified my face in Photoshop because I felt that that would have been faster than sculpting a head and doing like stop motion or something.
Can I call you back in just a few minutes? I'm on my radio show real quick.
Bloopers.
I'll be free in about 20 minutes or so. This is my friend Josh that I'm talking to. We're just reviewing a film my friend did named Zach. He did a film called Werecrow, where he turns into a crow. It's pretty interesting stuff. But I'll give you a holler back in just a few.
Some other aspects of the fan film, actually, interestingly enough, I pulled a Nick Millard and used footage from another movie that I'm working on.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you, this year, I think it's going to be a really nice and cool year for everybody because you got some projects probably lined up that you want to do throughout this year. And
I'm wanting to do a Fox transformation next.
Well, with doing Phantasm, with it being so large, I talked to my friend. We're actually going to do a smaller. We're going to shoot in a 2 or 3 day span where we do multiple short films instead of one large one, and do a lot of mock trailers this year. I'm really looking forward. We're even going to do a crow mock trailer where my friend is half Spanish and he's also European. And I thought, well, they've already done kind of a Spanish crow with City of Angels. So I said, why not a European crow in some way?
I might do a crow fan film myself. Subsequently, it takes place in the Middle Ages.
Well, the makeup you did for the when we did the review of the crow was very good. I mean, your look of the crow that you had kind of reminded me of the crow from the second film.
I'd say I look a little bit like the Joker, actually.
Not to me. You didn't. I mean, you were your own crow. You know what I mean? Each one was different.
Well, I mean, I was supposed to be the James O'Barr crow, but you know.
But this film was this little small project was very very short, sweet, and to the point. You know what I mean? It wasn't. There was not one dull movie. The only thing was kind of challenging for me was there was no sound, but I can deal with that. You know what I mean? It didn't really matter. That was the only flaw that I saw of it. You know what I mean?
The reason I didn't put sound in there was just, a time thing. Like I just wanted to, it was, I didn't feel like putting a whole lot of time into doing sound.
I just, what really made it better. It's just that one thing where you could have put like maybe, you know how the old films were back in the
silence, yeah.
Films have just that film sound effect. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
The sound or whatever. That would have made the whole project complete. You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
I suffered for my art making that video. If you the scene where I show my teeth and they're all black, that was food coloring mixed together with some Kool-Aid.
Now that really creeped me out there. Now that kind of reminded me of a zombie for a second there or something. You know, when I
wanted to make it look like my tongue was going black because if you've ever seen a crow's tongue, it's black.
Well, it was a very good effect. And people that are watching.
I also got the feathers that I glued to my arm left the ink behind. When I pulled them off, I had black marks all over my arm.
Well, I really think it was a good little project there. Is it my favorite? Probably my favorite of your projects so far, though, is still the Alien one. You know, the Alien one really stood out to me. You know what I mean? It just.
What if you want to chime in, Ron?
Yeah, Ron, what'd you think?
It was good, man. You did a great job. I mean, sound, no sound, it was good. It reminded me of an old silent movie transformation and all that stuff. It was great. It was.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and do our rating real quick then for it. Ronnie, we'll start with you.
I won't be chiming in because I won't rate my own thing here.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, you don't get to rate the film this time. Ronnie, what do you give it?
I give it a 10. It was great.
I give it a 9. I mean, no offense. I liked everything, but we just wish there would have been music. But I give it a 9. It was, and I would expect that from all of you to give your honest opinions. If there's if there's flaws in anything, always point it out. But I give it a 9.5, and I don't ever do that. A 9.5. It just needed sound. Everything else was great. I really like the special effects. And didn't you say you used a green screen at one point?
I used green screen for the majority, other than the footage that I swiped from one of my own movies. The majority of it takes place in a cave, right, which was made out of paper. The majority of the footage for the film was actually, if you remember, I put a video up saying that I'm on hiatus because I'm making a werewolf movie.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
So there's going to be a transformation in the feature-length werewolf movie that takes place in a cave, and I utilized some of that footage in this video, and I just shot around the old footage. Like every shot of my hands when I'm turning into the crow is in front of a green screen. That was new. Like the shot where my hand is my fingers have all melded together, which was done using liquid latex and paper towels with the feathers on my arm. And that bit where you see the feathers popping out, in that close up where you see the 3 feathers popping out, that was actually played backwards.
Yeah, I kind of assumed
wow.
that might have been that.
Yeah, I pulled. I had a fake chest that I had made for like when guts are being pulled out, and I just tacked that to my wall, cut another hole in it, and pulled the feathers in.
Well, and 2 is you have done that hand effect before, but you did it differently with the Alien project,
Yeah, I mean, it works. I mean, like, if you want to show the hand coming together, how else are you going to do it? Unless, like...
It was very effective. I wish one of these days we also need to review Zach's Highlander movie. That one was very good. Like I said, I did a remake, or actually a sequel, per se, to Phantasm. And so you did kind of was that considered a sequel, or did you consider that a
sequel? Yeah, sequel.
So,
or a continuation of the story or of the series, like how they did it with back in the TV series with Duncan MacLeod.
Yeah, and Highlander series, which was a good show. I mean, but I'm very well pleased with this Werecrow, and I highly recommend you, if you've not seen it, go and check it out. I'll have the link in the description of the video so y'all can go and see his project and check out his other stuff too if you've not got a chance to. He has so many projects on it. You might want to leave yourself a couple of hours to watch everything. If you have like a rainy day, go and watch everything. I mean, I'll tell you. Like I said, he's going to be the next Steven Spielberg. Actually,
I don't think I would put myself in that high. If I was to compare myself to anybody, I'd probably compare myself to Ted V. Michaels or Roger Corman.
That's what I was going to say. I take that back. Steven Spielberg is a scumbag these days. So, no, I don't. I think he'd be better. Roger Corman was good, So, all right, guys, we'll be back next week or next time with another episode where we'll be talking about City of the Living Dead. And so, till next time, we'll see you at the review.